So the next thing is the updated SaaS configurator. And this is, if you're familiar with the white labeling functionality already, this is how you're creating your subscription packages for your clients. We have a whole slew of fantastic updates here. The standard options of creating a package name, a package tier, assigning the amount of AI agents that you want this specific sub-account to have, the amount of storage that you want this specific sub-account to have, the description, package features, all of that is very similar to what is existing currently. Now we have the ability to kind of expand on that. So now within the pricing tab, you have the ability to set multiple different pricing options for monthly, quarterly, and or yearly packages. So each of these will create its own specific Stripe link that you can then use either inside your dashboard or inside or on your website, depending on how you want to structure your different packages. The features tab is essentially permissions for the client or the client sub-account when they sign up for this specific sub-account subscription package that you're creating. So for example, if you want to create a subscription for one of your clients, but you don't want them to edit anything of the chatbot that you're creating for them, you could turn off the ability to access chatbot settings. And then when they log in, they would not be able to edit or change anything in the chatbot settings. So this allows you to control the permissions on a granular level for each of your specific sub accounts. And as the agency, you can always go in and change these as needed based on what you want to do. But this is what happens when they sign up for the package initially. Next, we've got the trial and credits section. So this is part one of free trial. So this is if you want to create a credit card required free trial. So this is all connected within the connected Stripe account when you're creating a subscription package. So for example, if you want a user to be able to click on this, the use case for this is the user clicks on a subscription package to sign up for a paid subscription to your agency. If you have this enabled for a certain amount of days, the user will be brought to Stripe checkout under your brand. They will be prompted to enter in their credit card details into Stripe, and then they will be shown that they will not be charged until X amount of days. And so this is the traditional quote unquote free trial of what you would see when you're creating a Stripe subscription or a Stripe product. But we are doing this inside the Stammer dashboard because it's important to not edit, create, or delete any packages outside of the Stammer dashboard because we're managing all of that for you in here. This free trial credit card required setting is slightly different than the free trial settings that are right here. This is no credit card required. And this is slightly different because this is formally what's known as white label free trials. So these settings are showing for users who you want to have to go to your dashboard, app.yourdomain.com, and be able to click sign up, enter in their name, email, and password, and then they have access to your version, their white labeled version. This is what they would see after they go through that flow. They would get 5 agents, they would get X amount of dollars added to their sub-account wallet balance, they would get X amount of characters added to their storage balance, and they could potentially have a certain amount of days added to their free trial. And so in this scenario, a user could sign up without providing their credit card, and they could use the platform for 14 days. And after the 14 days are over, the platform would restrict them and tell them, hey, you need to sign up a paid subscription.
To charge.
What's that?
Only Stripe to
Only
charge
Stripe.
the
Only Stripe.
customers only with Stripe.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So this also enables you to set the profit margin for each AI message that a user is using in their sub account. So for example, if I only want to offer GPT-4o, I can set the amount that my clients are going to pay per message when they are sending a message with that specific AI agent. And that gets billed directly from their client sub account wallet balance. And this is very similar to this setting, but this one is for credit card required. And just like we saw where you can add complementary balance, you can also add complementary balance on a one-time basis, or you can add it on a recurring basis, depending on what you want to offer. And this money gets added to the client's wallet balance so they can use it for usage across their AI agents. And then finally, on the rebilling page, we have the ability to set your profit margin for anybody who subscribes to this specific package or this specific plan. So if you are paying 2 cents for every GPT-4o message, I could charge my clients 3 cents, and I'm making a profit of roughly a couple cents every message. Now, if I have my API key enabled, my profit margin is going to go up because now I'm no longer longer being charged the 2 cents per message. OpenAI is going to charge me a variable amount of money based off of the tokens that are used to send and receive messages. And that is all dependent on the things that I mentioned earlier: length of prompt, message, query, conversation history, all those things. And finally, inside the SaaS configurator, this is where you sell your additional add-ons or your upsells. So if one of your clients wants to scrape Wikipedia for whatever reason and add all of that data into their AI agent, they can now do that, and they're just going to pay you a lot of money to do that. Basically, you could charge them any amount of money that you want per 1,000,000 characters, and 1,000,000 characters is roughly 100 website pages, roughly about 2,500 pages of a book, roughly. So 1,000,000 characters is usually a good ballpark amount to start when you're creating an AI agent. But if you're trying to scrape a very large website or a website or a documentation that has thousands and thousands of pages, they're going to need more storage. And when they run out of their storage balance, they can add more storage. And that will look exactly like this. So if I was to log in to a sub account, this is what I would see now. I would see that I have a wallet balance, I would have a storage balance, and I would have the amount of AI agents that I'm using. And if I wanted to go in here and if I wanted to add more storage, I could either add it manually, and this amount of money would be deducted from my wallet balance right here. I could add more storage, and this storage gets added to my balance, at which point I could then scrape more data, upload more data to an AI agent or whatever it may be. If I was a sub account and if I want to make more AI agents, I could purchase additional AI agents, and this is the price that I have set as an agency. So if I'm purchasing it for $20 a month as a sub account, I can go back to my SaaS configurator and see, oh, I'm charging $20. If I change this to 40, then I go back into my sub account and I want to purchase an additional AI agent, I'm going to say it's $40. So this is how the agency can set and make more money when the client wants to do more things, or you send more messages, or scrape more data, or make more AI agents. You now have the ability to do so in a very simplified manner.